high atop the Howard Stern building in Midtown Manhattan. No more bullshit. This is a Howard 100 News Brief.
I'm Mike Hambrick. It takes grammar, bitch, to a whole new level. Howard hammering Stern Show producer Sal Governelli's grammar glitches, and Sal gets no mercy from staff. It's Howard 100 News, behind the scenes.
Do you feel bad at all about throwing Sal under the bus in terms of his grammar, etc.?
No, I did have an inkling of regret when he came back here. He didn't really come back. I thought he'd come back and bust John and I's balls. He went directly to his studio and closed the door. So, I don't want him to get real upset about it. But, it's just, how am I supposed to ignore it?
Stern Show producer Will Murray and wrap-up show host John Hein providing Howard with the ammunition he needed to embarrass Sal Governelli over his grammar. Will not feeling badly about throwing his colleague under the bus.
If you look at these jokes he submitted yesterday, right? It's like he used the word want in every sentence, and he put an apostrophe in a different place every single time. So, no, I don't feel particularly bad. I mean, the guy should know basic grammar. Once doesn't have an apostrophe. He's a moron. I love the guy, but he's a moron.
John Hein explaining his actions were a sort of payback.
Do I feel bad about Sal? No. And the reason I don't feel bad about Sal is because Sal has gone out of his way to portray me as a pedophile, as locking kids in my trunk, liken me to being a fat lesbian, amongst other things. So pointing out the fact that Sal can't define words that a fifth grader would know, I have absolutely no remorse about doing so. You got to fight fair.
John Lieberman, Howard 100 News.
From human resources to human waste, Howard 100 News is all over it.
They're an incredible organization.
If you don't want to watch Bruno Mars perform at the Super Bowl halftime show, Beth Stern and the Hallmark Channel have an alternative for you. It's the Kitten Bowl. Following Animal Planet's successful Puppy Bowl franchise, Kitten Bowl kicks off in 2014, hosted by Beth with play-by-play from John Sterling, radio voice of the New York Yankees on the Yes Network. Beth, of course, works on behalf of the North Shore Animal League, which is Hallmark's partner in what the network bills as the greatest feline showdown in cable television history.
Follow The Howard Stern Show on Twitter. Go to twitter.com/Stern Show.
It's a mutual admiration society. Stern Show producers Sal Governelli and Richard Christie. Big fan of Johnny Knoxville's work.
Well, it's an honor. I've been a fan of Johnny's since Jackass first came on MTV. I remember the very first episode. I was a massive fan right away. And so it really is an honor. It's always cool to see somebody that has influenced you come back and say that they're a fan of what you do as well. So it's all, pretty much thanks to him, because he's a huge influence on what I do. And the reason when I saw Jackass, I was like, wow, you really can become kind of successful being a being a weirdo like us. And so he's really inspired me. So he's inspiring me yet again by saying that he's a fan of Sal and I it's just the greatest honor in the world.
In return, Johnny Knoxville loves what Sal and Richard do with phone calls on the Stern Show.
Well, I couldn't do what Richard and Sal does. I mean, you guys, I don't know how you do some of the things, and it's just brilliant.
Another Howard 100 News brief at the top of the hour, or as close as we can get.
Howard 100.